Hi everyone, and good Saturday or good Wednesday. Excuse me. I'm News 2 meteorologist Marcus Bagwell. It's time for another edition of News 2 Gives Back. Remember last week we were in Hendersonville and we were able to talk with the fire chief and talk about their response in regards to the March 3rd storms and then the wind event that occurred. Well, today we want to continue our trek through Sumner County, and we are also wanting to honor those that you may not get to see when you need a first responder to help. And these are the people that are behind the scenes. And so we're at the Emergency Communications Center in Sumner County up in the Gallatin area, and we are so excited to be able to recognize and honor those that you hear on the other end of the line, because they do so much to help get you the help that you need in a timely manner. We're going to talk with them a little bit too. Well, when I first introduce Mayor John Isbell, he is the mayor here. And John, we're so glad to be able to spend time with you all. I know you all have went through a lot over the last couple of weeks in regards to this event, and these folks here do things every single day. What do you have to say about the emergency communication folks here who serve their time and are here for the community?
Sure. Well, let me first thank Channel 2 News for taking time to recognize our first responders. You know, every community, the foundation is built on public safety. And without our first responders, we can't do anything else. So they're so valuable. And our local 911 operators, ECC department, they've gone above and beyond in every sense of the word. They're going to share some numbers with you today that are just outstanding. Their response times, their professionalism. I put it against any ECC across the state or the nation, and I really thank them for what they do.
Okay, that's great. Well, we're so glad to be able to honor you all. You all do so much, and we just want to say thank you, and thank you for allowing us to come and visit. This is Missy and Matt, so we're going to be interviewing you all here respectively. Tell us about what happened on that March 3rd, the amount of calls you all had, just some of the data that kept you all very busy that particular day.
So at the height, like right after the storm had passed, the winds picked up between the hours of noon and 7 p.m. We took 1,448 calls for service. Our average in that same time period on a normal day, no major event going on, is 853. So we went double the amount of calls that we would typically take during that time period. Of the 1,450 calls, 350 or so excuse me, were 911 calls. So it was a remarkable event.
Okay, so very busy in that time frame, and so you all had a lot of folks. And you were saying that every workstation here was staffed, and you all even had to place people in your command center to help field phone calls.
Yes, sir. It was extremely busy. Everyone here came together, did an incredible job, just coming together and working together to make sure that everyone was taken care of and dispatched properly.
Okay, that is great. Tell us about you all's operation. You all do a lot, and you're here when people call at any time of the day or night. What is it like to be able to work in this situation and be able to be one of the true first responders actually before people actually come out to assist them?
So for us, we're a 24/7, 365 operation. Somebody always has to be here. This is basically the public safety hub for Sumner County. If you have a medical emergency, if you need the police, if you have a fire issue, it all comes here. We take the information, we get the location, we figure out what's going on, we determine the resources that need to be sent. So it all comes here, phone calls, and all comes out from here to the agencies that we're dispatching for.
Okay, awesome. And you all work in shifts, right? So there's various people here at different times of the day. Are there any certain points where you have more people than a typical time frame, like more at a certain point, or does that vary?
Well, we normally keep it pretty straight across the board.
Okay.
We have usually 12 here, about 12 that are working a shift, days and evenings, and then they rotate days off.
Okay. Tell us about what your call takers here need from the public when they call into 911. What information do you immediately get when somebody calls, and then what information do you have to ask, and they need to be ready, the public needs to be ready to give back to you?
Go ahead.
The biggest thing that we need, we can't help you if we don't know where you are. So we need your location. Technology has improved greatly from when 911 first started. We still have to confirm that information Cell phone towers work off of triangulation, and it's not always going to be 100% accurate. That's why we need to know exactly where you are. Like if you're in an apartment, we need your apartment number. Location is key to what we're doing, because if we can't find you, like I said, we can't help you. So we need to get that. One of the bigger issues that we run into is with misdials. People, Apple Watches, pocket dials, stuff like that. We still have to reach out to you. We treat every call as a potential emergency. So, if you happen to make an accidental call, we're going to be reaching out for you. We still need to get your information, confirm your location, make sure everything's okay.
Okay. Or anything else you would like to add?
Another thing that we need for people to do is give us their phone number, be prepared to give us their phone number, their name, and be able to attempt to explain in detail what's going on if they can. And sometimes questions won't seem appropriate to them at that time because they're not used to being in an emergency, but it's things that we need to know to be able to keep our responders safe.
Okay. Yeah. One more question for you all, and I think about my family, but there are families with young kids and whatnot, and so if they have to call 911, what type of information should the young kid know as far as preparing? I mean, I've got a daughter and son that's growing up, and so what do they need to know as far as the information to give to you all, just so that you all can get first responders dispatched to a particular scene?
I know if kids are anything like mine, I've got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, and they can memorize any song on YouTube Kids and sing it back to you. Yeah. If they're able to memorize that stuff, start working on addresses with them. So, and quiz them on it. Hey, do you remember what your address is? You can make it a game or board system. Okay. The more that they can know an address or any kind of information, we have records. So if they know their parent's name, they can give that to us, and we can try to find any sort of information, whether it's using the county's tax property website, any of the tools that we can use to try to locate something to get somebody some help.
Okay. That's great. That's really great information, and it's important for the kids to be able to know who they're reaching out to and when they call to be able to provide that, because that's the only way you all are going to get that information. Well, we thank you all so much. You all do such a great work. We appreciate it. Mayor Isbell, thank you very much, too. You have a great group here that represents, and they even made us a great sign here, too, to welcome News 2, and we're so excited to be able to provide them lunch today. Again, we're here at the Sumner County Emergency Communications Center up in Gallatin, and as part of News 2 Gives Back, brought to you by Trevecca Nazarene University in partnership with the Nashville Predators, we're proud to be able to provide them lunch for today. And we again want to say thank you to all of our first responders, those that also are in the field, and even those that are here, being able to provide that first aid when you call 911 or call an emergency number to be able to get reached. When we had the wind event that occurred, certainly it was something that was very intense all across Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. So we're glad to provide lunch for them. We hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm News 2 meteorologist Marcus Bagwell. This has been brought to you by Trevecca Nazarene University in partnership with the Nashville Predators.